You notice I'm sat like this because the sun's in my eyes. I've got about 15 minutes to do this video before the sun just takes over this room and turns it into a sauna. So I got sent a gift off a friend of mine. It's not on right now. From the Isle of Skye, of all places. So this gift has come from Angie. I'll show you what it is in just a moment. But Angie has been with us from day one in Banjo Adventures. So she's been learning banjo with me and the rest of the group in our community. And we was talking in the group chat a few weeks ago about one of our members tried tuning the banjo up to A, just by tightening the strings, and then inevitably one of the strings snapped. So we was talking about getting your banjo up into that that key of A, obviously like use a capo, one of these things here, use a capo, stick that on your 2nd fret, but then you've got the dilemma of obviously your 5th string then needs tuning up. So normally what you can do is obviously like tighten your 5th string up, and 9 times out of 10 it probably won't snap, but sometimes it could do. Depends how old your string is, you know what I mean? So obviously you can't. Doesn't sound too bad actually. But what a lot of people do is, like I've done it on my banjo, I'll show you a close-up, but you put these model railway spikes in. So obviously like you put your cap on the 2nd fret up here, and then with your string here, you put a model rail. You have to like essentially drill into your banjo with a tiny drill bit, and then you put in a model railway spike, and then you can tuck your 5th string under it like I've just done there, and then. But what you tend to find is, for me, it doesn't go in tune straight away, and you've got to like fine adjust it, get it in tune, which isn't a problem, it's a small problem to have. And I've got, on my banjo, I've got 2 railway spikes. I've got one on the 2nd and one on the 3rd fret, because when I'm in double C tuning, I won't do it now because I like to play a song in that tuning and it sounds quite cool. Obviously I'm in standard open G at the moment. So we were talking in the group chat about capoing and playing in the key of A and tuning up. And then Angie from the Isle of Skye said that she's found a solution to that, which is a friend of hers. I don't know if it's a relative or just a close friend, but they've got a 3D printer and they have designed a fifth string capo that's been through. You see the sun on my ear there burning my ear. I'm gonna move this way. So they've designed basically a 5th string capo, which it's tiny. It's a tiny little thing. It just slides over your fret, and it, instead of like pinning your string down to the fret, it lifts it up, and it looks like this is it here. So this is essentially it. I mean, it's tiny. I'll get some close-up pictures so you can see it. And I know some people like to use pen lids, and this kind of does the same, but because it's got a groove underneath, it sits nicely over your frets. So for example, and I listen to this, so I'm in open G at the moment. So if I capo 2nd, and I tuck my string under the railway spike, like I showed you before, it doesn't sound too bad, but I do normally have to fine adjust that 5th. But if I remove that string from the railway spike and I use Angie's gift that she sent me, this 5th string 3D printed 5th string capo. Now when I first put it on, I thought, no way that's going to stay on, that's just going to ping off and hit me in the eyeball. But listen, it's perfectly in tune straight away. Now when I first put it on, it started doing this. I don't know if you can hear it, but it stopped doing it now. I think what's happened over time is when I first got it, it sounded like a bit like that, like it was rubbing. But I think over time, with like the pressure of the string pushing on it and the vibrations, it's kind of like etched an ever so minuscule indentation. I mean, it's barely noticeable. I mean, this thing is hard. It's like really hard plastic. You're not gonna it's not gonna wear out anytime soon. But ever so tiny little sort of trough has been etched out by my 5th string. So now it's stopped doing that thing. So it's kind of like worn itself in a little bit, and it's really reliable. It's not pinged off yet. In fact, if I do that, it does come out slightly, but you just push it back in. But it's not. I notice it comes out a little bit and then it doesn't come out anymore. So I think the risk of it actually like shooting off is very low. But the good thing about it is I recently wrote a song. Well, I didn't write a song, but I transposed a song that's usually played in the key of C on a guitar and what have you. It's the Skyeboat Song. So I've wrote a G version which sounds like this. Oh, it's in 3/4 time as well, waltz time. Now that obviously played in standard open G, but normally it's a C tune. So I thought, you know, I might have to like come up with a version in double C tuning or work out how to play it in the key of C just using the standard open chords. But it always, for me, it doesn't feel right. So what I've realised is with this 5th string capo, which I've just dropped, with the 5th string 3D printed capo there, I can then fret my, using standard guitar capo, I can put that on the 5th string, like that. And then I can put this on the 10th fret on the 5th string, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down here. So now my banjo is in the key of C. And it sounds alright. I mean, it's not perfect, but short of having railway spikes drilled into every single fret along your fifth string line, I think it's a nice quick fix. It's a nice little solution. And it works really well for this tune because for me, I don't really like to go too heavy on that 5th string because it kind of like, you know, everyone sees it, everyone calls it the drone string, and you don't want it droning too much in the background. So I'm usually quite light on it anyway. And it works really well. Let's play this tune now, see what you think. Speed bunny board like a bird on a wing, onwards the sailors cry. Carry the lad that's born to be king, over the sea to Skye. Loud the winds howl and loud the waves roar, thunderclaps rend the air. Baffled our foes stand on the shore, follow they will not dare. I think it sounds amazing, and I think for, you know, if you're a bit unsure, you know, like sunburn. Yeah, if you're a bit unsure about, you know, wanting to drill holes into your fretboard, which I can imagine, you know, is quite a bit of a nerve-wracking thing to do because, you know, you don't know how it's going to end up. That's a perfect little solution, 5th string capo, and it's really does the job. I've been using it a lot, and like I said, it's never pinged off yet. The only problem is it's a little bit small, so you might want to order a couple of these. I'm just speaking to Angie at the moment, so I'm going to try and get some information. If you do want to order one, then, you know, I'll put some details in the description at the bottom, so you can know them where you can order one from. If you're wondering why I was looking that way when I was playing that tune, it's because I've got all my notes written on this book here. So if you want to have a go at playing the Skyeboat Song that I just played for you then, what I'll do, I'll put a copy of my notes in the comments as well, and well, I'll put a link to my website, and I'll put a picture of my notes, so you can play that tune. Just remember it is in 3/4 time, which is the waltz time. So you won't be using the standard bum ditty rhythm, that bum ditty bum ditty bum ditty bum ditty. You'll be using the bum ditty ditty. And it's a really good song to play. It's meant to be played slow. I think I played it a bit too fast and I cocked it up a couple of times. So yeah, if you do want to play it, you know, just take your time with it, play it nice and slow. And I'll see you on the next video.